Today on the channel, the Horde is swarming, and we're headed back to Powercon for the Action Force Valaverse Horde Swarm exclusive.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Valaverse Action Force unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got the Swarm Horde Trooper Powercon 2023 exclusive. But for all your Valaverse needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle, save 10% on all in-stock items. Anything over $79 does ship free. Got to get a deal out there. And this one, not probably going to be on Entertainment Earth. You'll have to go to the Valaverse website to pick this up. Pre-order this one. Is first release was for PowerCon 2023, Columbus, Ohio. Beautiful this time of year. And quite the day out there at the old PowerCon, or a couple of days, I should say. But a lot of cool stuff, to see, a lot of cool exclusives, and this was one of them there. This was made specifically for PowerCon, but like I said, this will be eventually on the Valaverse website. I don't think it sounds like it's going to be too hard to get. If you want it, you'll be able to pick it up, and I'm not totally against picking up one or two more of these from what I'm seeing here. Of course, it is an army builder. We know all about the Swarm. We've unboxed Swarm figures, and we'll pull those out later in this video. But definitely a lot of things with this one. So it is a little bit of a deluxe figure pack here, and we're going to talk about it. Some interesting packaging on this one as well. So as we're going to do on all the videos here on the channel, we're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's see what this Swarm Horde Trooper is up to here. And of course, PowerCon, originally Mattel He-Man themed. Over the years, it's kind of ebbed and flowed. Now it's a little bit of a Mythic Legions type con in a lot of ways, but very cool of Valaverse and the Valaverse team, Action Force team, to put something like this together. Of course, our bad boy Hordak here, Horde Trooper, kind of fitting in with the theme there. Really think that's a cool idea. And you got the red and black attack going on. Just very, very cool what I see here. You got the Action Force logo down low. Swarm Horde down low as well. Big, big window box. I honestly do feel like they could have tightened this box up a little bit more. I just feel like a lot of wasted space, but it is what it is. It's just packaging around the figure, so I'm not keeping the packaging on this. But I will take my Action Force points, and we'll talk about those in a second. Very cool packaging. You got the sides there, of course. A little bit of that action, a little bit of action over there. And then on the back, love the file card. You know I'm a sucker for a file card. You got the images over there as well. And then you get 5 Action Force points. Man, save those points. They're going to have more exclusives you can get with these points. And man, I'm here for that as well, as we did unbox the Condor exclusive. It's been on Patreon for a couple of months. It'll be on traditional YouTube eventually. Stay tuned for that. Let's see what it says about the old Swarm Horde here. File name unknown, primary MOS, Special Forces, secondary skill, Covert Ops Intelligence, birthplace variants, rank affiliation, ranks unknown, the Swarm. Of course, generic. There is currently no living soul that has seen a Swarm Horde Trooper. They are in myth, not even the most elite tactical operatives. The rumor is that the Swarm Horde are used for the most covert assassination missions. Many political members of the rebelling republics have been killed by unknown means, making the assumption that the Swarm Horde were the one to blame. Their tech is so far advanced, and there is never a sign of any ballistics, images, videos, or electronic signatures. With each mission carried out by the Swarm Horde, their tactical advantage grows, along with the fear of their very existence. So quite the backstory there, and you guys know me. A brand like this, they need stuff like that. G.I. Joe Classified series, I don't like it. They can get away with it, though, because we have many, many of decades of knowing about Gung Ho or Flint or Storm Shadow, whoever it may be. Very cool Horde kind of background, Swarm background, I should say. See you later. Goodbye. But they need to build out the story for these characters, and they're doing a good job at that. You got to build the universe, build the thought process, and then you're off to the races with more figures, as we do know. There it is, big bubble plastic prison right there, all kinds of stuff. We got hands for days. These swarm troopers, they get awfully handsy. Nobody knows about it because they're covert. They swoop in, they grab you, and then they move on from there, apparently. And I'm seeing some new stuff, seeing some reuse here, seeing a little bit of this, seeing a little bit of that as well, but definitely fun. And it looks like it's a deluxe figure, of course. We got some of the deluxe counterparts to this one as well. Oops, looks like we're buckled in at the waist here. But of course they have, Valaverse always has the build out packs for figures, things like that. We do see that a lot from them. There we go, got him out. See you later. Goodbye, knocking things over. Very, very cool here. I like what I see, but let's dive in here. We definitely got, like I said, a lot of accessories here, more than your standard figure, that is for sure, but definitely is very cool. I guess we'll start with the hands. He's got 2 trigger hands on him out of the package. Then we get down to business here, and we got 2 fists of fury. You know, when the weapons fail, when everything fails, all you got is your fist. You go mano a mano, find out what it takes to be number 1 at the end of the day, and you got to throw your fist. We've all been there. We've all had to throw fists many times, some of us. I don't know how many fights I've been in my life, and it was always a great time. It's always a fun time. Even, it's just a fun time. It's a fun time. We'll talk about that another day. Another day, maybe. But looking good right here. You got the 2 cupping hands, of course, looking nice. You grab the rifle, you put it in there. We've seen these before from the Valaverse team. We've seen a lot of these hands in the past. Got to get the most out of your molds. I don't care what line we're talking about. Got the gripping hands here looking really good. So really is choose your own hand adventure. You got to heat these hands up. Once you do that, they're easily released. Then you can use these back and forth as we do with the regular figures there. So there you go. We do get this little knife, silver handle, black at the top. We've seen these knives many a times in the Valaverse line. But I don't know if we've ever seen with this silver handle before. So I do like the looks of that. Looking really nice. Love a good stand. You guys know I'm a sucker for a stand. Look at this Action Force stand. It's like a clear red, translucent. Very, very cool. Fits in the Horde theme of what they're going through, the Swarm theme as well. Really like what I see with this one here, so that is very cool. Get his little pistol here. We can hold that on the side of him as well. Little red accent color at the top, but all black here. Got to have a little pistol, and I think every figure like this, and Action Force definitely does it. You get a long-range rifle or something, machine gun, whatever it may be, and then you get a pistol. You got to have a short arm and a long arm. That's how I vote. And now we do get the Swarm weapon. We've seen this in yellow. Here it is in red this time. Once again, right on brand right there. And like I keep saying, this is all about army building. You can have one just ready to go with weapons. You can have one with the riot shield, one with the backpack. You can really build an army of these guys and make them all feel a little bit different. And that is always fun at the end of the day. Now you do get this riot shield here. Instead of the yellowish, it's the red. Definitely feels like it looks, if that makes sense, but almost feels like a bee swarm, of course. You got the handle on the inside in gray, got on the outside gray as well. Very, very cool like that. Then this backpack, absolutely next level. Reminds me of some of those G.I. Joe packs back in the day when, you know, you're begging your parents for something. They're not buying you a vehicle of any kind. They might not even buy you a regular G.I. Joe guy. So then you're left with, well, Dad, I know the Joes are $5, but there's this little weapons pack that you could buy, and it's $2 because you want to get something. You're at the store. You need to get something. So, you know, your parents, they're not going to do the vehicles. They're not going to do the playset. They're not going to do the big vehicle. They're not going to do the little vehicle. They're not going to do the figure. Man, can I get a weapons pack? Can I get that one? And I remember I had that G.I. Joe pack you put around the figure, and it like it had like a long string, so you could put it on something, and then it would kind of go real slowly. It was like wind up. I remember getting that. It was like $2. My dad's like, fine, $2, we'll get that. So that's what you got to do, and that's kind of what this reminds me of in some ways here. Now this is very cool. It does have the backpack. It, of course, plugs in like a traditional backpack, but you got the wings on the side. So it gives you a little wing action up and down. Very, very tight hinges, which is very important to something like this. Very, very cool. Love the extra colors. You even got a little bit of kind of a flame effect down here. But you can have these guys on a flight stand flying around, doing whatever you want to do. Really like the looks of that there. Now we're finally down to it. We're down to this Horde Swarm Trooper, I guess we'll call him here. Definitely an interesting head going on. I'm not sure. It's one of those things you look at and I'm not sure what I'm looking at. Almost looks like skin tone. Then you got like some mechanical gray. Then you got the red visor going on, the black helmet. I mean, definitely looks alien. You could say this is a futuristic alien warrior or something, and people would probably believe you there. So definitely interesting. Got the Swarm logo in the chest. Got the whole chest apparatus. Got the hole in the back to plug the backpack into if you need to. Got the holster on the side. Got those Terry Steinbach. When he joined the dark side, he's got these here down for his shin guards, looking really good. And of course the black boots. You got the belt going on really nice. You can stick the Knife back here in the back, definitely looking good there. Definitely feels like something, I feel like we've been here before, like a young Iron Maiden deja vu, but definitely feels new and fresh with the new coloring going on in this one. Of course, arms do go all the way around. You do get a bicep cut. Double jointed, pinless elbows, hits being played, hands removable, back forth, side to side, got to heat them up, remember. You get the butterfly shoulders looking good, waist articulation, hula hoop at the top, tons of movement out of that hula hoop, head back forth, side to side. Of course, you could pop the head off on this one, and you could put a different valaverse head on here if you wanted to. If you wanted to have him unmasked for whatever reason, you could mix and match, and that is one of the fun things a lot of people enjoy about this valaverse Action Force line is you can mix and match and trade things around, things like that. You get the big old splits going on, got the drop down hips as well on him, and then of course the thigh cut, double jointed, pinless knees, then ankles back forth, side to side, all the usual articulation. Of course we do get an Action Force stand here, so you don't need a ringside stand. But definitely an interesting one here. Similar but different is how this feels. It feels like you're at home, but it feels different with the different accessories, the different coloring, all that kind of stuff. But definitely a very, very fun one. And one I think a lot of people from the Action Force fan base, valaverse fan base, are going to want to pick this guy up. But of course, we got some more members here in the more traditional yellow colors going on. Definitely love building out a team. I mean, it's no different than the days of the Cobra Officer and the Crimson Guard and the Cobra Vipers. You had all these different kind of no-name guys in the background. We get a little of that with the Swarm here. We're really building out that world. And then you've got the gold one. I think this might have been a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive back in the day. Or not even, what was that, Dorkside Toys? Was it a Dorkside Toys exclusive? That might have been. It's funny how you forget some of these names of places that have disappeared now. It's like Dorkside Toys, Kmart, Toys R Us, you know, all the heavy hitters. And maybe not really, but I believe that was a Dorkside exclusive back in the day. But man, quite the Swarm team. Seeing it right here, I mean, that's quite a faction right there. That's one, whoa, I don't want to mess with. I'll leave those guys alone. But very fun. I love what the Action Force Valaverse world is doing. There's a lot of cool stuff. We got vehicles coming, more figures. Just really fun, and it's a great line by itself. It's a great line to complement your G.I. Joe Classifieds. A lot of ways you can go with these figures, and it is pretty fun at the end of the day. And then including it in Powercon, having an exclusive kind of tied into the Masters of the Universe, I think that is a really fun way to go to market here, and I like what I see right here. So there it is, the Swarm Trooper. What are your guys' thoughts? Pick up, pass, long game? You going to pick this up on the Valaverse website? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day, and then some. We've got even more content for you on Patreon, including early access to videos like this, bonus content, exclusive content, giveaways, pizza reviews, dog stuff. You name it, it's all going on down the old Patreon, and it is truly your best way to support this channel and all the content. You can also support channel ProWrestlingTees.com, search Kyle Peterson, and don't forget social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, Threads, you can also find me there, and of course, once again, I'll never get it right, it's technically X, it's not Twitter, but you knew what I meant, so there you go. So for the little trooper action today, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.